Hello. Hey, welcome to the Rise with Diana podcast. I am excited to share some information with you because I have been listening to all of my podcasts. And, I don't think that I've really spent a lot of time educating us on the research behind why we talk about doing our greatest work so that we can do it in a sound body, mind, and spirit. So today, what I would like to be able to do is introduce you all to our research, the research that has been done for us that led me and, of course, several other women leaders across the US and globally to begin to study why we do what we do in corporate America. Why does it seem like women are leaving corporate spaces faster than they've ever left them before? So today's podcast is dedicated to McKinsey and to the think tank Lean In. Lean In was a book written by Sheryl Sandberg, who was a corporate executive at Facebook. And she just learned through her experiences and talking to several other corporate women that Houston, we have a problem, right? And this actually began a research basically on all corporate women and women in different organizations across the US and global. So today we're going to take some time to delve into the research. And so I just have my phone here because I want to read some things to you. And of course, I need to put on my glasses for those of you watching me through YouTube and you see that I have my glasses. So here's what I want to share with you. They documented 4 myths about the state of women at work. All right. And I want to actually read all of them to you. And then I want to share with you why we do what we do, and then give you some ideas to share with your organization on how we can counter some of these myths. All right. So are you ready for this? If you're driving, honk your horn. If you are in the shower, just do a little dance. If you're getting ready for making some dinner at night, flip those onions, whatever you're doing, and let's just dive on in. Okay, so here we go. Myth number 1. And by the way, I'm reading to you from the Women in Workplace report. This is the Women in Workplace report from 2023, October 5th, 2023. This is a report that was done again by McKinsey and Lean In. And of course, they surveyed more than 27,000 employees and 270 HR leaders to gather this data. This is intersectional. Of course, this is from women from Asian, Black, Latina, LGBTQ, and women with disabilities. So this is a very, cross-sectional research. And here's what they said. Since 2015, the number of women in the C-suite has increased from 17 to 28%, and the representation of women at the vice president and senior president levels has also improved significantly. Now, these are great gains, but they're realizing that a great breakup trend is still trending upwards. And do you know where that great breakup trend is trending upwards to? These are women in middle management. These are women who are right before they're trying to get to an executive level, and some that have just moved into management level. And this is where the issue is, right? They call it the broken rung. And this is where we need to spend the time, because I am confident that, yes, women at the corporate level, y'all doing good. But I know that what we talk about on this podcast helps you as well, because often women, and I'm not just going to say women, but people in general, once we get to these high status positions, we kind of forget where we came from. We forget about the issues that we experienced when we were in those lower positions. But today, what I want to talk to you about the 4 myths, and here they are, okay? And we'll talk about all those other things regarding corporate executives who need not forget where we come from. But today, I want to outline these 4 myths. First, this is a myth. Women are becoming less ambitious. Reality. Women are more ambitious than before the pandemic, and flexibility is fueling that ambition. Let me speak to this and why we as women need to speak up about this, all right? We need flexibility. And if those of you who are in corporate America, you experienced that slash, because what happened to you when you were taking care of your kids when the pandemic hit? And those of you who are younger kids, I'm going to tell you, for me, my kids were in college. And so I wasn't experiencing that big hit. Like, what am I going to do with my kids? Where are they going to go? Who's going to take care of them? Like you in corporate America, when my kids were little, I was so ambitious. I was willing to work overtime, do what I had to do to be seen, heard, and valued. But women, we know we can't do that anymore. We know that we don't have to do that anymore. So, reason number one for you to be able to speak up and advocate for yourself is because we know you need flexibility like you have never received it before. That's myth number one. And reason number one why the Rise with Diana podcast exists and why we as women need to speak up about the flexibility that we need. Myth number two. The biggest barrier to women's advancement is the glass ceiling, where in reality, the broken rung is the greatest obstacle women face on the path to senior leadership. So let me speak to that, right? It says that 73 women of color were promoted to manager for every 100 men, and down from 82 women of color last year. As a result, this is the broken rung. Women fall behind and can't catch up. What's causing this? We women, we need development, we need sponsors, we need allies, and we need the support to be able to get to that next level. This is the reason why we as women leaders need to be able to speak up about what we need in order to be able to perform at that level. And oftentimes we get promoted in these positions and we have to do more work than people who may not look like us. And as a result, we don't get everything that we need because we're tired. We are tired. This is the broken rung that needs to be fixed. And we as women need to speak to this, right? All right, let's go to myth number three. Microaggressions have a micro impact. Reality. Microaggressions have a large and lasting impact on women. How many understand that? Microaggressions, let's define. These are little slights, little innuendos, little digs that kind of come at us that are disguised as these passive aggressive comments. And oftentimes people think, I'm just joking, let that go. Oh, lighten up. I'm just kidding. Those little things, that gets old. How many of you know that? That's like the bully and the mean people from high school who say these little things and tell you just to get over it. When in reality, it's this passive aggressive, almost hostile work environment that just gets you and wears you down. And we as women, we need to be able to speak to this issue. We need to understand how we can come out of it. Speaking up and advocating against this type of behavior doesn't make you a mean person or an emotional person or a person you just can't get along. Hey, just treat me with respect, kindness, compassion, and with someone who deserves some respect. Can I get an amen in the Rise with Diana podcast community? Amen. Okay, so let's go to myth number 4. Here it is. Myth. It's mostly women who want and benefit from flexible work. Reality. Men and women see flexibility as a top 3 employee benefit and critical to their company's success. So it's not just women who are asking for these flexibility benefits. What do those include? I need a hybrid work environment, right? I need to be able to work during these hours, not your standard 8 to 5 hours, right? I need the benefits of insurance or FMLA or any of Family Medical Leave Act or any other type of benefits that are going to help me improve my condition to do the work I need to do on this position. That's the reason why the Rise with Diana podcast is here to help us gain the tools, strategies, and effective opportunities to speak up about this. All right. This is why this podcast exists, is to speak to the McKinsey and Lean-In research. We are not doing this just to have fun. I mean, hey, I like to hang out with y'all, but the research is sound that we need women in corporate America speaking up, and you need the tools and strategies to keep yourself in a sound body, mind, and spirit. That's the reason why I want to encourage you to just go back through a lot of our other podcasts where we talk about healing and grace and passion and should I stay or should I go? All of these podcasts are designed to help us know how to work through some of these difficult aspects. And I want to close with take time to read this study because you need to know the facts. You need to know the statistics. You need to be able to come with all of this information to your direct report, to your employer to speak to this. Now, I'm not just going to have this quick podcast without giving you all of this information. Check out in the show notes, in the comments for this podcast, we're going to link the study, and we're also going to link the 4 myths, just to kind of summarize it for you. We're going to give you a little summary, and we're going to link all those 4 myths, and we're going to give you some podcasts to listen to so that you can know how to be able to remedy and or come to your employer with things that you need and things you need to do personally to rise and stay the course. Does it sound like a plan? Hey, listen, I know this was a fast podcast, but sometimes, we have to go to the research. We have to go to the facts and tell you the facts. And I wanted to make this quick to give you everything that you need. Does this sound good, sis? Let me know what you think in the comments and let me know, had you heard of this before? All right. Until next time, we look forward to seeing you then. All right, sis.